Hi, everyone. My name is Nick Yap, and I'm the Deputy Director and Chief of Staff here at the DFR Lab. As we just heard, the challenge of disinformation has continued to grow across all facets of society. The good news is that we've also seen a rise in potential solutions, especially technological solutions. Over the last half decade, there has been no shortage of tech-based initiatives leveraging approaches like artificial intelligence, machine learning, or proprietary algorithms. Some of these have been great successes and are tools that we at the DFR Lab rely upon for our own research. At the same time, there are still substantial gaps within our capabilities to respond to disinformation. These gaps are often exacerbated by unrealistic framings of what tech can actually achieve. So to discuss this today, I'm very excited to welcome a group of experts with backgrounds spanning civil society, government, and the private sector, all of whom confront this dichotomy in their day-to-day lives. But before we get to that conversation, we'll hear from Leah Bray, Deputy Coordinator of the US State Department's Global Engagement Center. She'll share a bit about how the GEC approaches these gaps and what initiatives they're supporting to address them. So with that, I'm pleased to introduce Deputy Coordinator Bray.
Hello, I'm Leah Bray, Deputy Coordinator at the US State Department's Global Engagement Center. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Global Engagement Center, or the GEC, our mission is to lead and coordinate efforts of the U.S. federal government to expose and counter foreign state and foreign non-state propaganda and disinformation efforts. A key part of fulfilling this mission is to understand the gaps and challenges in the counter-disinformation space, and then to highlight innovative solutions and approaches to help us all address those challenges. As various actors globally use disinformation and propaganda to undermine the functioning of free and open societies, we recognize the technology that is woven into the fabric of this challenge. The same technology, which can provide so much benefit to us all, can be used by malign actors to produce and spread disinformation and propaganda. We do, however, have tools and technologies to expose and counter these threats. As such, the GEC has established programs to identify, assess, and apply technologies against the problems of propaganda and disinformation. A primary program that allows us to do this is our Global Tech Challenge initiative. GEC-led tech challenges are held around the world in order to engage international partners in identifying and implementing effective tech solutions to counter propaganda and disinformation. They bring together governments, private industry, civil society, and media to discuss gaps and needs and innovative solutions. Our most recent tech challenges were held in Taiwan in 2020 and virtually across Africa in early 2021. These recent events highlighted issues including how to identify disinformation narratives before they take hold and are broadly amplified, how to identify specific actors, and how to mitigate structural hurdles like limited digital connectivity to address specific disinformation narratives at the local level. Previous Tech Challenge participants and winners have included companies working on media literacy and gamified education, social listening, and media authentication and fact-checking organizations. We are pleased to support these efforts and our partners on the ground, and our aim is always to ensure the sustainability of their work. Today, I have the honor of announcing our next event, the 2021 US Paris Tech Challenge. The 2021 US Paris Tech Challenge will identify companies and technologies that work on the problems of state and non-state disinformation and propaganda in the European Economic Area and the United Kingdom. The GEC is looking to identify technologists who are developing new solutions to counter malign activities in the information space. The Tech Challenge will take place virtually in multiple parts. The first part is integrated into the Atlantic Council 360 Open Summit, where we're identifying enduring gaps and challenges to shape the forthcoming call for submissions, and where we are also excited to identify potential collaborators. The second part, in September 2021, will consist of technology demonstrations, where 8 finalists will showcase their technologies to a panel of judges and a closed audience. Up to 3 companies will be announced as winners, and they will split an award of $250,000 US. In addition to identifying solutions from the private sector, the U.S. Paris Tech Challenge will also engage civil society partners in the region to ensure that the solutions put forth are directly applicable to on-the-ground realities. We will open the call for submissions on July 1st, 2021, so mark your calendars and please share the notice widely. Also, please note that as we open the call for submissions and leading up to the technology demonstrations in September, we are actively seeking to engage with potential partners and collaborators. I encourage you all to reach out to the GEC to learn more about how you can be involved in our work. So with that, we look forward to receiving your proposals for the U.S. Paris Tech Challenge and working together to fight propaganda and disinformation. Thank you for your time.